What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we've got a breakdown for the weekly reset in Destiny 2 this Tuesday, December 24th. And so really we're into the final couple of resets of the year. Of course, it's Christmas Eve for those celebrating the holidays, so if indeed you are celebrating, I hope you have a good one. But for this video, we'll be breaking down all of the reset stuff for Destiny. So the final week of the Dawning is also live right here. Plus we'll cover any updates from Bungie, a refresh for the episode content, all of the featured activities and rewards in the game, including the farmable loot, raids, the Nightfall weapon, and a handful of other items in the video. So as always guys, I hope you find this one useful at the very least. If you do, a rating below really helps us on the channel. But now let's get into it. First up, keep in mind we will see a refresh for the episode content, the milestones on activities, things like that. Otherwise, we can continue with Act 2 progress for the next couple of weeks, as we will get Act 3 on the 7th of January. So that's when the exotic mission drops, as well as a couple of final rewards for Revenant. And that might just be enough to pull a few players back in the final few weeks as we lead up to episode Heresy. Otherwise though, for this week, we do have new challenges. So firstly, there's narrowing the odds to craft a tonic that increases the probability of attaining a specific weapon. Fortunately, Bungie added fixes for many of the tonics recently, so hopefully it will at least work correctly. Otherwise, there's moon activities, and on the moon we can earn progress by completing bounties, patrols, public events, and lost sectors. Then we have popping off to break combatant shields with matching damage in Vanguard and Gambit playlists. Instrumented performance to deal final blows with special weapons in Gambit, Crucible, or Vanguard ops, and we get bonus progress for shotgun or grenade final blows, or for defeating Guardians. Then finally, there's Momentum Crash to defeat Guardians in Momentum Control, and there's bonus progress there with Zone Advantage. So keep in mind Momentum Control will be featured in the Crucible this week. And otherwise, of course, yes, the Dawning continues this reset. We are now in the very final week, so as always, if you want to pick up any of the weapons, armor, cosmetics, complete challenges, anything related with the event, we've got just a few days remaining to do so. And yes, I'm with many of you guys who would hope that we'd get an update for the Dawning and a lot of the seasonal events at some point in the future, but I guess only time will tell. And otherwise, on the Pale Heart, keep in mind we'll get a refresh for things like the co-op mission milestones, as well as those that relate to Salvation's Edge and the Excision mission. But otherwise, over to the Vanguard, this week we've got the Inverted Spire as the featured Nightfall. Of course, there's also the Grandmaster Catch-Up node, but the featured weapon is the Rake Angle, the new glaive that was added at the start of this episode, so a good one to go after if you've never picked one up. And otherwise, for featured raids and things this week, initially, we've got the Vault of Glass as one of the featured raids, so the Loot Table and the Vex Mythoclast especially are entirely farmable this week, which is certainly nice. Crota's End will also be featured this week on top of that, so if you need to pick up any of the rewards there, or work on the Necrochasm quest, it's a good time to do it. And in the Cosmodrome, the Grasp of Avarice dungeon will be featured this week as well. Then finally we have Warlord's Ruin in the EDZ. Again, all of the legendary loot and the Buried Bloodline exotic sidearm are totally farmable this week, so good luck if you are hunting down any of those. The exotic mission though for the week will be Presage, where we can pick up the Dead Man's Tale as well as all of its upgrades. But now we move over to the Dares of Eternity, and on top of the core loot drops this week, we'll see additional drops from the Scatterhorn and Pathfinder armor sets, as well as a bunch of weapons from Season of Defiance and Forsaken World drops as additional random drops. Finally, for the Lost Sectors featured this week though, starting out for the 24th of December, we'll see Extraction and Savathun's Throne World featured. Then we'll get Sepulture on December 25th, before moving over to Metamorphosis for the 26th. But December 27th, we'll see K1 Revelation on the Moon. Then we'll get Bay of Drowned Wishes on December 28th, Chamber of Starlight on the 29th, and finally for December 30th, it'll be the Quarry in the EDZ. And all of the Lost Sectors, of course, have chances to drop world weapons or exotic engrams on solo completions. Our very final mention though is for the Ascendant Challenge this week, in the Dreaming City of course, and it will be found in the Chamber of Starlight, where Sumerian Garrison will be featured in Rhea Sylvia, so pretty easy to spot as always, but if you want the location and collectibles for this week, we'll run it at the end of the video. For today though guys, that is everything we have to break down for the weekly reset. Obviously, it'll be a pretty quiet couple of weeks right here, as Bungie are out of the studio for the holidays. Beyond that though, we'll be heading into Act 3, and a lot of discussion about Heresy, I would imagine. So, as always, I will keep you posted on that stuff. Let us know down below if you're looking forward to it. But otherwise, once again, have a happy holidays if you're celebrating this week. Take care of yourselves. Let us know in the comment section if you're diving into the game, and if you found the video helpful. A rating and a subscribe down below would really help us on the channel. But otherwise, cheers for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.